Welcome to Mocs News. We have some great stories ahead to help you get your mind off those midterms.
What better timing than now for our Mocs to move up in the ranks, which we'll have later for you in sports.
I'm Frankie Smith.
And I'm Cassandra Castillo. Your news starts now.
Supporters of Mocs Give Day responded in a big way to help out the university.
Contributors far surpassed the $500,000 goal by more than doubling the targeted amount. You could stop by and donate this week at convenient campus locations. Here is Vice Chancellor Kim White to tell us more about the successful drive.
Oh, yesterday was an unbelievable day. We reached over $1.2 million. We have right at 1,000 donors, 140 students participated, and we raised money for all kinds of great projects on campus.
How much a driver was emphasizing the Student Emergency Fund?
I think for students, I think that was a real motivator to get involved. We had SGA manning tents all day long. And last year we only had 8 students that participated in Mocs Give Day, so to have 140, that's such a big increase. The fact that we had President Boyd that gave a great challenge match, that if we raised $50,000, he would give 50. We ended up raising $86,000, and the numbers are still coming in. So we raised $86,000 plus President Boyd's 50, so $136,000 yesterday for the Student Emergency Fund. It's awesome.
Congratulations, Mocs, on making this the best Mocs Give Day ever.
We learned more about the Russian invasion of Ukraine at a panel discussion on campus. Dr. Irina Kamelko took part. She's a native of the region and she's a professor of UTC. Her presentation centered on the culture and beauty of Ukraine that has now been lost because of the invasion.
We didn't know, why didn't we prepare, why didn't we do more? Because we are a democracy. We have multiple groups and our government represents all of the groups, and there are multiple cleavages, and to work through those cleavages takes time. In any democracy is very messy. Don't take me wrong. Authoritarian regime, when there is a czar or king or dictator, yeah, snap your fingers and everybody but that comes at the expense. You're not allowed to think what you think. You're not allowed to think for yourself. Many groups getting abused. But democracies are messy and it takes time, and we just ran out of time. As we ran out of time with Hitler, we ran out of time with Putin as well.
Another native of the region is the current director of Passage, a local organization that helps refugees resettle in the Chattanooga area.
The renowned Kyiv Ballet played to a sellout crowd as a grand opening for our Fine Arts Center. Before the performances, members of the ballet shared their experience with some local high school students. The creative director held a master class at the Center for Creative Arts. The session lasted for 2 hours, and invited guests got to see the creative process in action. This past week, Hurricane Orlene hit the Mexican coast near the famous tourist town of Mazatlan. It made landfall on October 3rd before weakening into a tropical depression. No one was killed and nothing in Mazatlan was damaged, but it swayed some electrical cables in the town of El Rosario. The storm resolved early on October 4th. It looks like it's going to continue to cool down for us here in the Tennessee Valley.
Here's meteorologist Graham with the latest.
We're looking at another temperate and sunny week ahead. The leaves are changing color, the temperatures will be mild, and it's perfect fall conditions. Over the next week, projected lows may fall in the low 40s, but projected highs will not exceed 81 degrees. Things will stay sunny until Thursday, when we may see a 60% chance of rain. Updating you on Hurricane Ian. Unfortunately, it has become the second deadliest storm in the United States this century. The death toll is now up to triple digits. Will it hit Chattanooga? Not likely. Ian may rise into South and then North Carolina, but probably won't roll through Tennessee. Frankie and Cassandra, back to you.
We have an inspiring story of a girl who passed from cancer at an early age. Morgan Fuller helped so many around her throughout her fight.
Ryan Brooks has her story.
I'm Ryan Brooks, and I have a special story about a girl named Morgan Fuller who passed away at only the age of 17 from a rare form of cancer. Morgan was born March 3rd, 1999, and passed away in the month of January in the year 2017. Morgan would have been 22 years old this year. Her faith played a momentous role in her valiant battle with cancer. Her parents, Jeff and Wanda Fuller, tell all on what an inspiration she truly was.
She was strong-willed, always from a baby, just as a kid, and just anything she wanted to do, she could do. If she decided she wanted to play guitar, she played guitar. The more the cancer got on her, the stronger she got. I mean, she never showed weakness.
Her thing that she asked God for every day was a drink of water, a sip of water, because for 9 months she couldn't swallow. It was smaller than a pencil going through there. You couldn't get water down.
Some days she couldn't do it.
She just prayed. People think, what they pray for, but she prayed to be able to swallow a sip of water was her prayer.
And a lot of times in her speeches, that's what she would try to
Throw out
is, we all have problems. And we all make this big deal of it. But she said other people in this world had a lot more problems. And she said, including myself, there's other people that's worse off than I am. She's done a lot of stuff for Make-A-Wish. They put her out to accept the check. They do these wishes and they do the reveals.
Morgan, your wish has been granted.
You're going to Disney World!
She started selling these bracelets for $5. And that 2 he's got. She sold them for $5 a piece.
Raised $9,000.
$9,000. Of Make-A-Wish, one wish granted is $8,000. She granted somebody else a wish before she got her wish. Just to hear how somebody else feels in their heart about her, it's just amazing.
Mocs football continues to play strong.
Here with the highlights and more is our Brianna Lomenick.
Thanks, Frankie and Cassandra. Here's the top stories in sports. Aylin Ford ran for 2 of Chattanooga's 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns to give the Mocs a 24-16 victory over East Tennessee State on Saturday. East Tennessee State led 13-3 heading into the fourth quarter. Ford scored on a 9-yard touchdown run with 14-22 remaining. Preston Hutchison tossed an 11-yard touchdown pass to James Mays about 4 minutes later that gave Chattanooga the lead for good. That win propelled the Mocs to number 9 in the FCS rankings. The Mocs have this week off, and next week they play VMI here at home. We have some big matchups this week in college football. 8th-ranked Tennessee takes on 25th-ranked LSU. The Vols played the Tigers in Baton Rouge. Alabama is at home to take on the Aggies of Texas A&M, and it's Texas versus Oklahoma at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Back to you, Cassandra and Frankie.
The UTC Theater Company is putting on their first performance of the new season, Feathers and Teeth, next week. Here's Frankie with the story.
The theater company here at UTC has been working hard on 2 performances this semester, one of which will be running next week. Be prepared to get spooked, humored, and everything in between with this thriller perfect for the Halloween season, Feathers and Teeth. This spooktastic play features a family that is quite literally torn apart. Accredited director and theater company staff member Steve Reyes says, "We've done a lot of very serious works over the past couple of years. When one of our faculty members suggested this horror comedy, we all knew this would be a great play to start out our season. This play is incredibly well written. It's short, but full of plot twists, nuance, and humor." Feathers and Teeth can be viewed October 11th through 15th at 7:30 p.m. in the Ward Auditorium inside the Fine Arts Center, with a matinee performance at 2 p.m. on the 15th. Ticket prices are $12 for general admission and $10 if you are a senior citizen or show your Mocs ID. Tickets can be purchased through the box office, in person, online, or over the phone at 423-425-4371.
That's this edition of Mocs News. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to keep up with us on our Facebook page.
We are also on Twitter and YouTube. Have a good weekend.